G'day all, welcome back to the build for the Macross SV51 Nora type fighter. Okay, I have added some detail. I can't recall if I video could take this or not, so I'll cover it again. So I've added some detail to the front of the nose. That was a bit of fun, measuring all that up and cutting them out. I have finally painted the wheel wells for the rear wheel wells and painted them so the wires in there are a mixture of black and white colouring, and a few other little bits and pieces are in there. Now, a problem I found, as you can see, I've glued these together, and if you can just see it there, the join line is right there, and there's a small piece that joins on from one part of the fuselage to the other part. I've just started doing some sanding there. As you can see, I use grey and white primer, grey and white putty, and as I was sanding away I used emery board to sand it, and I started hearing some cracking noise, and sure enough, one side cracked off the join line, even though I had about 2 or 3 attempts to glue it on originally when I glued these pieces together, and it has failed. So the bond wasn't too good along that line. So what I've done is hit it with a bit of super glue. So I've super glued inside here along the seam line and just wiggled that part a bit to get the super glue onto the seam, or into the join, sorry. Flipped it over, started doing the other side. I haven't finished sanding it now. This is my second coat of putty on it, and the other side broke on me. So that was in the space of 5 minutes. So I have done the same on the other side as well. Sanded off, not sanded off, but super glued the inside and used a bit of a cotton bud to smooth out the super glue inside, just to even it out. Saves a bit of sanding later on. Not that you're going to see much inside this once the engines go in. So that's both sides of the engines glued together. I have started sanding, and I have found out dry fitting. This is E5, I think it was. It has to come onto here, and I found that there was a nasty nasty gap, a step between the main fuselage and this piece. You can probably still see it down the end here. I'm not going to fix that up too much down there. I think that's just going to disappear with a bit of primer once this is all put together and primed up. So what I've done now is basically glued a piece of styrene across this gap here to expand it. And you know the old saying, measure twice, cut once. Well, yes, I measured twice, cut once, but this is an angle in here. So I jammed the entire piece of styrene into that area, and it expanded further than what I needed. So I've been trying to creatively reduce the stress on this middle part, so that I can bend the pieces together again to reduce the reverse step that I've just created doing this. So hopefully this will work very shortly. Once I've got this figured out, I will then glue it together, and that will be, the legs almost done, well, the engine's almost done. One of the wings I've completely glued the flaps on that I've cut off, so it's moving along nicely. Other than that, there's not much to report on this update. I've just been playing around here and watching a few other people's builds from the SMA competition.